Hello everyone, and welcome to this extended track guide on the just newly added Barcelona track. If you like your front left wheel to be on fire, then this track is for you. Left front is dying guys, 99 degrees. We are using the BMW today. And yes, I do drive different cars. But this was the fastest time I've done in the release date stream. So I don't want any comments on why I only drive the BMW. I swear I can drive other cars. Look, I was P2 on the leaderboard with the Aston. I swear I'm also fast on the The setup is made by a viewer. And you can download it and other setups for free on my Discord channel. My community already had setups for Barcelona done 30 minutes after V1.3 release. This setup is very stable, but you can rotate the car quite a lot. The BMW is very nimble and controllable throughout the lap. If the car is unstable under braking, put the brake balance of the car a couple of clicks more to the front. If the car is unstable under acceleration, increase the TC and TC cut. Today we will not only be talking about general braking points and track limits, but also about pit entry and exit, do's and don'ts, and overtaking opportunities. Hopefully this guide will help you with mastering this track. A good exit out of the last turn is very important, as the start-finish line is at the very beginning of the straight. Don't go wide and invalidate your lap. Coming up to turn 1, try to go all the way on the curb on the left of the circuit, keeping two wheels just on the tarmac to open up the entry of turn 1. You want to look for the last 100 meter board and brake 20 meters before it. Brake hard in a straight line and trail brake towards the curb of turn 1. Don't brake too deep because you want to go all the way over this curb, so you have a better angle for turn 2. Track limits are at the white line. After the curb, go on the throttle again and aim aggressively for the curb at turn 2. This one you also want to attack very hard, so you have a better angle for turn 3. Track limits are at the white line. You need to watch out with the throttle on this curb. It can be very slidey on exit. Some cars and setups can go easily full throttle over this one. But others, you have to lift the throttle a little bit. Watch out with going on the red astroturf on the outside, because it's very slippery and your angle will be off for turn 3. I went a tiny bit more to the left before turning in for turn 3. After turn 2, you go tiny bit full throttle into this turn and lift hard off the throttle to let the car rotate towards the corner again. Go aggressive on the throttle to make the car rotate on the rear and you abuse the slip angle. Let the car run wide towards the red astroturf, but don't go too much over it, as it can make the car understeer very badly. There are no reference points for turn 3. So you need to find a rhythm for this corner. Some cars you need to lift longer and some shorter. Slowly try to build up pace in this corner until you found your rhythm. Good setups really does do wonders for this corner. Last tip is to not let the car run wide in the first half of the corner, but try to follow the curb. For turn 4, go all the way on the red astroturf again, keeping two wheels on the track. You want to look for that last white line on the ground and brake hard just before it. It's important that you brake towards the inside of the corner here, as this is an increasing radius turn. You can brake very aggressively and late for this turn. This turn is an increasing radius turn, which means it starts out tight but gets wider on exit. This is why you can apex this corner so early and bring the car back later in the turn. I like to go shortly to first gear to get just a tiny bit more rotation and upshift on throttle. Some cars even like third gear on throttle. Try to abuse the slip angle and rotate the car on throttle. Don't be scared to smash the throttle and ride a TC through this corner. You don't want to be running too wide on the exit because of the traction and to set the car up for turn 5. After turn 4, go immediately to the right again to set the car up for turn 5. Watch for the 15 meter board or for where the curb gets darker and brake hard. Brake in a straight line and don't be scared to go a little wide to set the car up for a good exit. Downshift to first and bring the car back towards the inside of the curb. You want to trail brake deep into this corner to get the car slowed down and rotated nicely. On exit, upshift to second again and let the car run wide all the way towards the outside of the curb. But be very careful on exit with track limits. For turn 7, you want to look for the beginning of the white part, brake hard and trail brake into the corner. Go around the curb and after you've passed it, go immediately on the throttle. You want to avoid the first curb as it's way too high and the car will be thrown off camber too much. Watch out with oversteer here because of the compression. You want to use all the curb on the outside and don't worry about the yellow sausage curb. Watch out with track limits as the corner becomes tight very fast. You want to aim for the furthest part on the left. For turn 9 you want to look for the end of the curb and do a small brake alongside it and roll the car into the corner. I don't like to use too much curb, if at all, so only try to use a tiny bit like I did here, or avoid it. Try to have a very late apex in this corner. Don't apex too early. Rotate the car on throttle at exit, and try to avoid the first part of the raised green curb, as it is very bumpy and can make you crash. Also avoid going over the raised green curb, because of track limits. The stewards spared me on this one. Nah, that was not track limits, yes. For turn 10 you want to look for the 100 meter board and brake just before it. Brake hard in a straight line and trail brake towards the inside curb. I go to first gear for extra rotation and upshift on throttle again. You want to rotate the car on throttle and make sure that you keep the line narrow. Don't let the car drift wide here as it will hamper your angle and traction for the next turn. You can also hook the inside of the curb on this corner. See what you like. Both lines are correct. Bring the car back to the left and hit the inside curb of turn 11 to set up for the next corner. Watch for the curb on the left and after it ends, brake. Don't brake too hard here as you will understeer wide. Let the car run wide a bit and rotate it back in. In this corner you want to do a double apex. So hit the first apex, let the car run wide a bit and turn the car back in. If you do it this way you have a way better traction on exit. You need to make sure that the angle for this corner is correct for a double apex. This can depend on the car. Some cars like a more wider approach and some a little narrower. See what you are comfortable with. You can also downshift in the mid phase of the corner to get more rotation and upshift on acceleration again. On exit use all of the track but watch out for the sand. You can also use this green astroturf as a reference point for throttle. For turn 13 you want to stay on the green astroturf and watch for the end of the red and white curb. Turn in just before the end of the curb and lift off the throttle. You want to roll the car into this corner and be very mindful of the track limits here. You can upshift to get better traction out of the corner or stay in gear. This depends on the car. Go as early as possible on throttle. I went on throttle right at the apex. Let the car run wide all the way on the astroturf, keeping two wheels within track limits. For turn 14 you want to look for the end of the red and white curb and brake about 10 meters before it. Don't brake too hard and too long. Small tap on the brake is enough. Roll the car into the corner. Try to avoid the inside curb here as it will throw the car off camber. Go as early as possible on throttle and don't be scared to rotate the car on full throttle. Just try it. On exit you want to go all the way on the green raised curb, which will help keep the car on track because of the camber. But be careful to not go over the raised curb because of track limits. Not gonna lie guys, this was good. This time was a 141.991. For pit entry, you want to go towards the pits and look for the top of the pizza. Brake just before it and trail brake towards the corner. Accelerate again and watch for the white line on the ground. Brake about 10 meters after it and enable your pit limiter. Be very careful for track limits. Do not go over the line. For pit exit, watch for the end of the white line and brake about 10 meters before it. best overtaking spot is at turn 1. It's really easy to safely overtake here and you can have some good battles. You can go around the outside or inside. Outside is pretty doable, since turn 2 follows immediately after. Second best overtaking spot is at turn 10. Really big braking zone with a pretty tight hairpin. There's also a lot of room on the outside of the track. Third best overtaking spot is at turn 4, but you will need a good run for this one and watch out that people are probably braking towards the turn.